right, welcome to CMPRadio.net, the voice of Chester, coming to you live from the streets, from the beats, and everywhere else in between. It is the wonderful world of Rich Blye. I'm up here. I'm having a ball in Chester, as I always do each and every week on Mondays at 7 p.m. I hope that you are joining me, listening in, coming into you live, giving you the straight facts, giving you the straight information, uncut, raw, unfiltered, and just the way that you need it, truthfully. We are the voice of Chester. We are high in demand and we are highly favored. As I start every program, I must give praise to my Most High for the breath and the life in my body. So join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the blessings of life, liberty, and the pursuit of our happiness. Lord, I ask that you watch over and look over the people of Jamaica right now. Please look over your people, your chosen people, and spare them, O Lord. Give them comfort and strength. Do not allow the carpetbaggers to come in and take their land after this storm passes through. Give their families the hope and the strength to hear from them in this difficult time. We pray for the lives of each and every one involved in the rescue efforts and getting people out and into safety. This is an incredible Category Storm 5, Lord, but we know that all things pass through you and for a reason. We ask that you bless Chester, Lord, that you bless the inhabitants of Chester, that you give them life, love, and happiness, that you keep all ill and harm away from the city of Chester, that you bless Chester, Lord. We thank you in your name. Amen. Psalms 121. I will lift my eyes unto the hills from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Um, we live in a time and an age where we must invoke our spirituality. Things are about to get a little bit hectic out here in the world, physically, emotionally, and sustainably. With what's coming up in November, I know that it's at the top of everyone's list as to how they're going to provide for their children, how they're going to provide for their loved ones, how they're going to provide for themselves as resources quickly diminish, as finances quickly diminish, as savings get tapped into, as various things start to happen with this government shutdown. There's a lot of blame being tossed on both sides of the aisle. And depending upon where you're sitting, you're going to feel the most effect from. But I'm here to tell you that both sides are playing you, and we're just smack dab in the middle as common folks. Not to call you common, but we are uncommonly common to these folks. And it doesn't matter what side of the aisle that you're on. I've gone into the den of lions. I've gone into a den of lions again to get truth, to hear it spoken, to watch the people who are going to govern you, who are governing you right now. I'm not talking to go about going to council meetings, folks. I'm not talking to going to town halls. I'm not talking about the little pop-up things that that are most of our elected officials come to and put their stamp on and get their photo op and then bounce on you. I'm talking about the third annual Anti-Poverty Symposium at Villanova University. The third annual Anti-Poverty Symposium at Villanova University. Now, for everybody listening or will hear later, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to drop some names. One of them will be Monica Taylor, the chair of Delaware County Council. One of them will be Crandall Jones of Upper Darby Township, CAO, and apparently adjunct professor at Villanova. Didn't know that, but more power to that black man. Um, I also uh, met and conversed with Chester's own mayor, Stephen Roots. And I'm going to get into that too because I need to answer something right off the bat with someone who asked me questions 3 times. And anybody that knows how I roll, and Miss Littlejohn, you don't know me, but you're about to find out about me tonight. Um, I don't, um, I don't argue or debate with women at all. And if I say something one time, that's what it is. I'm not going to keep coming back and forth with nobody, especially a woman that doesn't belong to me. So we're going to talk about what you asked me in this segment. I'm bringing you into it because point blank, you shouldn't have woke me up with a question. I can't stand that. That's an irritant. That after I settle a conversation at the end of the night, I shouldn't be woken back up to the same jazz. That's why I'm not married now. Um, so my topic is government cheese and thieves. Okay, and if you saw on my Facebook page, I had put up a picture of Ronald Reagan holding that government cheese. Mm, mm, mm. If you wasn't from the Reagan era with that government cheese, you just have no idea how that was a blessing and a curse. I say blessing because the people who benefited from it was the dairy farmers. That's right. This wasn't a bailout of America to put food in people's houses with powdered milk and all of the dairy products and everything like that. That was to bail out the dairy system that was failing. See, your government, whenever its systems fail, don't care about you. They care about their system. And they're going to disguise it any way that they can to invoke your feeling in order to get away with what they want to do. And this is why I laugh at people. I'm being very serious about this. This is why I do laugh at people because you invoke this feeling and interject this feeling without looking at it from a common sense point of view that, oh, your government is giving you the shaft on both sides. Okay? All right. Let's talk about government cheese. You know what government cheese is? Government cheese is a no kings protest on the corners of our streets, and the same people that were standing in line for government cheese was protesting against your future. Yes, they were. These are the same people. Okay? All old white people trying to get you to not go to homecoming, trying to get you to get involved in their mess because they're mad about something else that has nothing to do with the community. These are the same people that don't come into your black community, that don't come into your black community, that don't have any black friends. They may work with Jamal and they may work with, Miss Cynthia, whatever, on the job. But I guarantee you, they ain't been to a line dance in your community. They ain't hoist back no beers with you. I promise you that, because if you go out into the communities like I do, they think I'm aligned with their views. I don't know how. I guess it's just my color, because that's how I got in to this symposium. There were maybe 4 or 5 black men in this symposium, counting Crandall Jones. 5 black men. The rest of them were all white and liberal or Hispanic or Indian, primarily. I didn't go through the whole gamut of everybody's demographic, but I can tell you who was in the room. So, Miss Littlejohn, I'm gonna tag you in on this. I saw the mayor, Stefan Roots, there, but I did not approach him because I was there on a different mission. See, he was there for a different mission. I was there for a different mission. He's a different man on a mission. I'm a different man on a mission. I don't question what a man is doing. You don't question me about what a man is doing. I don't like that. So welcome to the wonderful world of Rich Blye, because I got to straighten this out with some people. I don't argue with women on Facebook or a podcast or in the street. You don't belong to me, so you don't question me. especially when I give you the truth the first time. So, as we're at this symposium is all about what? Anti-poverty, anti-poverty measures. This is all about different things that the city of Philadelphia has in place, what they're doing, how they're trying to combat certain things, and they are already up and running with their operations as far as trying to take care of the unhoused. They're already up and running with their operations as far as medical and stuff like that. Even through coming out of COVID, they are already up and running. And what they're doing there is sharing the information of a system that they built. Now, Chester does not have that system, and Chester's system of taking care of the unhoused and those who are substance abuse is in jeopardy because the Salvation Army is about to close. It may close, and if it may close, it may not reopen, even if the government reopens. Oh, you heard what I said.
How?
What you mean?
How does that happen?
How does it happen?
I thought they were,
let me get to it, bro.
All right.
Let me get to it. Okay, because in a revitalization effort, the anti-poverty symposium also talked about how to bring wealth into your community. That means you have to, in order to get rid of the blight, to bring in wealth, you have to make things attractive, like land use, like subsidies, like, partnerships. People came in from out of town over the weekend, bro. You see you had a visitor? You had an international visitor. Mm-hmm.
Who?
Oh, you ain't see that?
Well, the people from Paraguay?
Yeah. That's shipping and imports, baby. Why not? Excuse me. Listen, bro, I call what I see. I'm a keen observer that expresses myself from a point of view based upon factual knowledge. I don't have to draw a story. I tell people, go look it up. It's right there. It's right in front of you, black and white. Okay? Stop being lazy. Stop waiting for somebody to lead you to the water to make you drink. I guarantee you, if you took 30 minutes to study current events of Chester, you'll be finished in 15. Work yourself up for 15 to read. 15 minutes of reading about Chester. You'll have enough information about how to do, where to go, blah, 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 if you really care, Chester. Because I can tell you right now, Upper Darby's all but abandoned. I'm going to get to that too. But let's get back to this government cheese and thieves. So, while the government is sitting back and having this anti-poverty symposium, because, we had people from Philadelphia and we had people from the state and Ms. Patel from the state, and we even had a state representative from out of Philly talking about how great his area is and what they're doing and how they're working with this, da-da-da-da. And then we had Monica Taylor, Delaware County Council. Okay? Now, I want to help people understand something when it comes to your government and they say they don't have enough money. Just like you have what's called a budget. Everybody knows what that word is. It's the money you make and about the maximum limit that you have in order to spend from a time period to a time period, correct? Yes, correct. All right? Everybody has a budget. Okay? Now, if you have good credit, like a lot of towns do, if you have good credit, you can borrow. If you have a great line of credit. But Delaware County does not have a great line of credit. Okay? Its status has been dropped. Because of what? Mismanagement of budgets. Mismanagement of budgets. This is your government cheese, guys. This is your cheese. This is your cheese, government cheese. that you got to stand in line for, that now you're going to have to go stand in line for food. When I was a kid growing up, bro, I had to stand in line for the cheese, baby. Had to stand in line for that government cheese, smiling, yeah, I'm going to get this government cheese, yay. You know what I mean? Standing there for that powdered milk, bro, them powdered eggs. You know what I'm saying? I'm dead serious. No, listen, people, y'all don't get it, man. This was the time. Wasn't it? Wasn't that a great time? During the 80s, you had to stand in line for it. People all embarrassed, got brown bags and whatnot, trying to hide the fact that everybody was poor, broke, the country was broke, everybody broke, and everybody needed help, and the people didn't want to stand in line, but you're going to have to do that now. Where's your pride now? Where's your pride now? Because my help coming from the Lord who made heaven and earth. I have a plan. How about you? And don't say your plan is to go rob somebody, because that would be dumb, because they already planned for that. Walmart already talking about beefing up their security. You know Target going to do the same thing. They're already talking about armed responses for a lot of, you folks out there that think it's going to be easy street to go on up in there. Instead of taking all that unbridled anger and whatnot, how about both Democrats and Republicans before the next election send an email to all of your federal senators and say, what the hell? Not just Republicans. Don't be mad at them. Be mad at your own too. Hey, be mad at the Republicans too. Because did you? I listened to that video from that state rep out West Pennsylvania. Oh, I'm gonna get to that too. I'm gonna get to that, bro. Because it's time for everybody here to stop frauding. Like, for real. I know that we have our differences spiritually, because I'm not religious. I know we have our differences spiritually, but I believe that we're all as one under God. Okay? No matter what name you identify with and with, I do believe in that oneness of that spirit. And I know that that's in everyone that I meet positively. But we have to stop allowing these outside forces sway us away from the truth. So let's get back to the symposium. I'm in the back chilling, okay? I'm buying the breakfast stuff, blah, blah, blah. I got there a little bit late, no biggie. Got in, got me some fruit, you know what I mean? Got myself a little muffin that they had there, you know what I mean? Standard, catered stuff. And, I chill in the back. They're already talking. They got the first guy that comes up there. He's talking about his book called Evicted. It's a book. He talks about his process and process of others going through homelessness, and he's explaining where he feels as though that education is not attributed to poverty. This is his opinion, and I beg to differ.
What you mean?
Our people suffer because of lack of knowledge.
We had tons of homeless people in the city of Chester, and they all had college degrees.
Exactly.
So
it was wild, bro. It was wild. Everybody in the room was asked this question. If you ever face food insecurity in your life, raise your hand. Okay? That was the question that was asked in the room.
Right.
Only about 5 people could raise their hand. The
mean?
room was full of like about 50 to 60 people. They never experienced going hungry.
Because they don't come from a place where they can't
No,
go hungry.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But in the room is what I'm trying to say, is people who have never experienced hunger in their lives talking about hunger.
So we should have took it to the people that have experienced.
Yes, I'm gonna say this, bro. The time is coming and changing, and I think it's going to change for a lot of people that I'm associated with, and I'm saying this very plainly. The hiding of the homeless, the hiding of their faces, the hiding of their situations, that is something that's old. That's something I understand a lot of people feel as though you're degrading them. No. It's time for the unhoused to stand up and come into meetings themselves Stop having people come and constantly advocating for them. They need to put their name on a piece of paper. They need to come in there and speak truthfully as to what's happening to them. Because even though that we are allies to their situation or whatever, and even though that we go and speak, they see us all of the time. They don't see the true face of being unhoused. They don't see the true face. They step over top of it. They drive by it. They're sitting up high in their Escalades and everything else like that. Oh, look at that person. Somebody need to go help him. You get the hell out of the car and go help him.
You know, a lot of people, 2020 showed us something different. Right?
2020 showed me a lot.
The world stopped. And there was a lot of people that, when the world stopped, they were watching TV, they were looking out their door, and they saw people that needed help, and they decided to help. But then when the world got started back up, those same people went right back to work, and they forgot about the people that didn't have it. Of course. Anything. You can't expect for somebody to help.
No, here's the thing. I'm not saying I expect it.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying the people that help.
Right.
Like, you can't expect for somebody to have everything up and running in a year, right? If they're homeless and they don't have anything, you're asking them to start from nothing. If you give them a boost, if you help them out, like, you got to check on them, man.
Yeah, I mean, of course. And see, this is what I'm trying to say. In Philadelphia, and this is why, this symposium happened, they were giving out the jewels of what they've done and what they are doing, and how they applied for grants and how they do get fed dollars and stuff like that for that. But here in Delaware County, the Life Center that's right there at 63rd and Market, that's gone. That's not opening back up. That's closing. Okay? So 69th Street is a hub, bro. We get everybody. We get Philly, we get Norristown, we get all points west. You know what I'm saying? We get everything from Chester. And SEPTA is already a cartel allowing drugs to flow on its line unimpeded, drug use, all sorts of crimes on its line. They want to stick people up for money. And then now you're closing down a center that's in Upper Darby. Where are they going to go? You had Crandall Jones that shut down the the homeless shelter in Norristown before he carpetbagged himself down here to Upper Darby. Where he going to carpetbag from there? I call it the way I see it, bro. Like I said, I call it the way I see it. This traveling minstrel show that we keep having of these elected officials is getting out of hand because they come into these places and these spaces and they don't go hungry. They don't go hungry, bro. This is the truth. They don't go hungry. Their kids ain't worried about no food insecurity. Their kids was out trick-or-treating this weekend. You know why? Because I was around them, okay? They not trick-or-treating this weekend because they don't want the problems. You understand what I'm saying? So they had their trick-or-treat this week because they don't want the problems. Get off my lawn. You understand what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying it how it is. We've been doing this for a long time, brother. And I know that there's a generation under me is like, oh, we can't believe this. But let me tell you something about these boomers and the people my age. They know what I'm talking about, okay? They just can't believe I'm saying it. They just can't believe that I would absolutely have the guts to pull this out. Listen, we got nothing else to lose, man. We got nothing else to lose in our generation. Our kids are losing from lack of understanding. Our people suffer because of a lack of knowledge, and the heads turned around when I spoke. So hold on, I'm having breakfast, minding my business. I see Mayor Stefan Roots. Now, Mayor Roots, I have a video of it. I'm not posting it. I was going to post it, but I'm not posting it. You know why? Because of Miss Littlejohn. I'm not posting it. I'm not going to. I'm going to let Mr. Mayor Roots do what he was going to do while he was there and what he and I had the opportunity to talk about, what I understand what he was trying to do, being the only mayor at this symposium to learn, to listen, to learn, analyze, dissect, bring it back to council, try to implement some of the things that he learned. And I'm getting questioned about where he putting this at. He just got it. I just got it. I haven't finished disseminating the information that I got. How are we going to tell you something that we don't have? And you gonna keep bugging me because of people in the past. I don't care about nobody in the past. They gone. That's why they gone. Because of simple stuff like this, people sitting up here thinking that your mayor got to hurry up and give you information because you need you should have came to the symposium. It was open to the public. Excuse me. Oh, okay, okay, all right. I'm just saying. Yeah, listen, because I don't like being questioned when I answer a question, bro. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's one of the things that irritate me in life when I explain that this man was there to learn. And he heard from many people and he took his own notes and he has his own ideas. He is the elected official. I am not. I don't speak for another man. All I said was that he was there. All I said, he was the only mayor that was there. I saw that he was taking extensive notes. I saw that he asked questions. I saw that he had a concern. I saw that that when he spoke to me, because he said, "Come on up here and sit up here with me, Rich Blye," and I was like, "Mayor Roots, I don't think that's a good idea." I'm dead serious. I told him, "I don't think it's a good idea." He said, "Why not?" He said, "No." I said to him, "I said it's too close to the stage." He said, "Come on, nothing's going to happen." I said, "Listen, I'm not responsible for what happens." And those were my exact words. I'm not responsible for what happens. He knows this. And, they had a question and answer session, and they passed the mic around, and the mic went past me. I wasn't trying to touch it. And the next thing I know, the mic got put into my hand, and I got to ask a question. And I wanted to know, does our government, represented by Crandall Jones and represented by Monica Taylor, bear any responsibility to adding folks to the poverty line when you're raising taxes across the county and townships by over 23% this year, 5% last year, and another 23 to 30% coming this year? They didn't like my question. They didn't like my question. They didn't like the fact that I pointed out the fact that she said that opiate money was spread out between nonprofits that were out here doing stuff and everything like that, and that she was shared the wealth with nonprofits that were contributing to spreading opiate awareness and having programs about it, blah, blah, blah. That opiate money, which was in the millions of dollars spread out to nonprofits. Um, I work with a nonprofit called Recovery Without Barriers. I was there when that uh, nonprofit was formed by two dynamic women, the late great Tina Hamilton and my sis Pauline Sabatino, with the amazing team that she has now. But mainly based upon these two women having a love for human beings and didn't want to see people die, came down into the black neighborhood to feed people. These two white women been doing it for close to 7 years now, nonstop, at least once a week, every Monday. They out there right now, in the cold, in the snow. Hold on, never failed, not one time. It was one time they couldn't do it, and it was because of the threat of violence and everything like that happened. That's one time they couldn't do it, but other than that, continuous. They didn't get any money. Bonafide 5013C, no money. Tailor Made Vets, an organization that I help professionally manage, founded by my late great brother Brian Sharif Taylor, to help veterans get connected to their service benefits 100%. His duty coming home after serving overseas, combat veteran, his duty coming back was to unite his brothers and sisters in arms. That was his mission. When I talked to him, I said, "Hey, bro, it's great for the veterans. What about their families? I'm the son of a vet. I know what PTSD is. I know what people would call, oh, that crazy uncle, blah, blah, blah. He always talking to himself, he crazy, oh, he shell shocked, da, da, da." I said, we have to include that because I'm a survivor of that trauma too. I'm a survivor of my father's wartime trauma in Vietnam. So we put that together, and we put that together with celebrations. We put that together with other black men that had other programs and said, you know what, we're going to move this. We didn't get any money. We didn't get any money. We applied. I mean, we're not foolish. We know how to write grants. We know how to fill out the paperwork. You know, most of the stuff is filled in for you anyway. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing about it is about, these grants, right? They told us for the ARPA funds that our grant process, tailor-made vets, didn't have a cover sheet. And I'm looking at a grant application that was put in from the American Rescue Plan nonprofit grant application with no cover sheet. And it's not mine, but I'm going to give it to Ted in a second. So when your government outspends its budget, that's what creates a deficit. Please do not tell me that, because there were Republicans in charge years ago, this is where the mess comes from. No, let me tell you what happened. Instead of working to fix the thing, they gutted the machine first by purging people and personnel that were from the other party. That meant that anybody that was capable, that had nothing to do with the political process except for the fact that they just happened to vote a certain way, who knew how the machine worked, they were fired. They were let go. So then, because you want to make everybody happy, you brought in all these other people who don't know how to run departments. You brought in all these people and had people, sheriff's department, constable's department, okay? Had people come in and then was calling people up and say, hey, can you come in and train your replacement? This happened. This happened with a constable. He lost his election bid, and they called and it's like, can you come in and train your replacement? You know what he told them, right? Exactly. Can you blame him? Can you imagine that you lose your job and that job tells you, hey, not gonna pay you. Can you just come in and teach this dude how to do your job that you just lost? But see, people don't want to hear that. That's exactly what happened. Okay? Now, like I said, when you lose and you played this party thing and everything like that, and the Republicans played this party thing, when they wouldn't let Democrats have jobs, blah, 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 Delaware County, hey, the pendulum swings left and right. It swings left and right. Republicans, you know what you did in the past. You know how you treated people in the past. Because that's what's happening with the bull out west of Pennsylvania. What's the bull's name again? Mr. Pickett? Mr. Pittman. Government spending local. Mr. Pittman has a video on YouTube. I suggest you go and look at it and listen to how this man, I ain't going to say nothing because I don't know this man, but if I had closed my eyes and just listened to the sound of his voice, I could have sworn we was down south. Because he had the drawl, he had the little slur. He sounded like he had already took a little sippy sip of some shine before he came up into the mic and was just going back and forth, rocking back and forth, saying, see, I remember, when you guys didn't care nothing about my community, see, and when you didn't care nothing about my community when we were asking for help, you got to remember, this is our electricity. He said our electricity. That sounds like some 1969, 70 stuff that I heard back in the day down south, gang.
You gonna give him the 70s or the 60s?
Listen, bro. Listen. Yes, listen.
Just the
listen.
way he was talking, like
Bro,
he was
listen. See, y'all. See, a lot of people think that after Voting Rights Act and everything like that, that you know these bulls just stop
us
existing.
freedom. They know they didn't.
No, that's when they started growing.
Boy, beyond. That's when they started to get real
that's
powerful.
When they started growing.
Real powerful.
Bro, I'm a decent kid. Okay, I know. Keep trying to tell people. They trying to say, oh, ever since Obama, oh, ever since Donald Trump. No.
Ever since Obama, they saw the fear. They saw what that did to the community, how people began to change and want more.
I think that was with his second election because I know a lot of
It started in his first because when Trump started.
I know a lot of white people that voted for Obama.
I'm not saying we don't have allies. I'm not saying we don't have people that don't want.
No, I know some Republicans. I know some hardcore Republicans that wanted to be part of history and voted for him.
I know that. Right? That's the only way we won. But once they got to questioning him, like they've never questioned any other president about his birth certificate, about what country he was born in, blocking him, not letting him do anything. Everything he throw up is wrong. No, it's what kind of president does this? What kind of but I tell people all the time, right? Barack Obama didn't have to pass no special law for me. And whenever a black president or a black leader comes up, he doesn't want just for his people. He wants for all people. Right? And that was the problem with Barack Obama. He did more for the gays. He did more for this. He did more for that. He didn't do nothing for us. Well, guess what? It was on us to get up and do shit for ourselves. If we go out there and continue to vote, we can get things passed. But if we fall back and say we got a president that's black, we can do whatever we want, then you end up losing.
Yep. So, like you said, we had a president who was a president, and he had to follow orders according to the elite, and he sure did. Okay, so, you know, it was great. It was very symbolic, but he was just like any other president to me. He did exactly what the elite needed him to do. He bailed out a bank system that had failed, that already took people's money. But listen, I understand that. We were in wars like any other president. We had food insecurity with that. We dealt with this. We dealt with this. There's a lot of different things. People want to sit up here and say, I'm not going to say that Barack was a bad president. I want to say that it's like this. The first time that I voted, the only time that I voted for Barack Obama was the first time. I was not happy personally with the results.
What results do you expect after 70, over 100? How many years of presidency did we have before Barack Obama?
First of all, can you
answer my question?
Hold on.
No, I guess.
Okay, I'm going to answer that question.
Right? How many years of presidency did we have before Barack Obama?
We had close to 44.
44 presidents, times 4, or sometimes 8, depending on what they were doing in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
To change a system, bro, you need more than 4 years.
I wasn't looking for a system change.
What were you looking for?
Okay. I was looking for an acknowledgement.
Of who?
Listen, I was looking for an acknowledgement that this man would have at least advanced the Juneteenth holiday himself. No, sir. No. See, you got to understand something. A celebration of culture. And I've said this before on previous casts, and I'm gonna say it again. Every nationality, every racial demographic has advanced themselves away from the hurts in their history through the advancement of their celebration and education of their culture for people to accept what has happened to them.
They have a culture minus America. The Jews have a culture minus America. The Native Americans have a culture minus America. They don't want to be entrenched in America. Black people, that's what we want. Oh no, we don't belong in Africa. We belong here. I belong here. This is what I want. I want to be a part of that. So how
the Juneteenth celebration is an American.
There it is. So
it is.
So
it is. It is American. See, again, it's not. Hold on. I know people like the term African American, and I get that. But I'm going to say this again. We were fighting for this soil. The only Africans that were fighting were the ones that were already here. There was no additional. Nobody came and relieved us. You know what I'm saying? So this is our land. And I get people have the attachment to the motherland. Thank you, motherland, for the DNA that's inside of my body and for the possession of the historical knowledge that I have to you. I do. I appreciate it. But I'm in this land. I'm with these problems. I'm with these situations. I'm with these enemies. I'm with these allies. I'm with these friends. If I keep detaching myself to hypothetically attach myself to a country or to a system that is not applicable to what I need to do, I'm wasting my energy.
No, attach yourself to your people.
I am attaching my people here, right here.
I know you are.
Right here.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying
right here. Yeah, right here.
This
Right
is
here.
not,
Because
this
right
is
here.
not
because-
being addressed to you.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is why I keep trying to say that, folks, too.
Right.
If you were, I'm not saying that people need to attach themselves to me per se or anybody else, but if somebody's giving you wisdom and knowledge, take it.
You better.
Okay. Bruce Lee is famously known for saying, "Take what is useful."
Mm-hmm.
Famously known for saying that. And that's all I say to folks. You don't have to accept the messenger. I know people don't like me, bro. I get that. Thank you. Bye. I don't care. But if you listening, folks, please listen. I'm not going to come on this mic. I'm not going to drive all these miles to Chester. I'm not going to sit up here and waste nobody's time and say a whole bunch of stuff either you already know or don't know because it's on a whim. I feel as though that you should know. So when I asked Monica Taylor about, do you feel personally responsible for driving up taxes because you're the chair? You already told everybody that the buck stops with you, that we can't even address the other members of council. You have to address the chair when you go up there to the meetings. You can't ask Mr. Womack no questions. You can't ask Miss Ruther no questions. She gonna answer if you ask anyway, because that's what white liberals do. They don't need no permission from the black chair. So you know what I mean? They gonna do. You heard what I said. The white woman don't need no permission. She speak when she want to speak. She already spoken in Inquirer. So anyway, like I said, bro, these folks, government cheese and thieves, are telling us that we got to line up for food. That we have to line up for food. And nobody don't want to write these people and say, yo, do your job. Go sign that standalone bill. Go sign that standalone bill. You can sign that standalone bill, but you know what Chuck Schumer said today?
What?
We'll lose our leverage. That means they're leveraging the hunger of your children so they can get their money.
Who?
The Democrats. He said it. Listen, bro. It's not. He didn't. Not just him. Another one said it. This is what they're saying. We are not signing nothing. They came up with a standalone bill. They said, "Okay, look here. We hear you. We know you're gonna fight."
Who came up with the standalone bill?
Republicans. Okay. Said, "Okay, we're going. This is what
So
we
who
gonna
did this when they did it when we had a shutdown with Barack
Yeah, we did.
Obama?
Yes.
Who did that? That was the Democrats doing it again?
Yes. Yes.
When Barack Obama was
No. When Barack Obama, the Republicans with the shutdown,
Yeah.
did the same thing, but they had a standalone bill to keep stamps and stuff going.
Okay.
Okay. So this has been done before. This has been done under different presidents too, bro.
Right.
This is not the first time.
I'm just
okay.
listening.
Yeah, this is not the first time. This is the most watched because of who it is. But this is not the first time that
But
this
you
is
don't think at some point you have to teach somebody a lesson? You have to
I
show them that I'm not going to be okay with you running this country the way you're running it now?
Okay, I believe this. I believe that they can teach this man a lesson if that's what they want to do without the using it at the expense of people, and then
The people voted for him.
Okay, I'm gonna say this again.
Okay.
The people did vote for him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there was a mandate for it.
Okay.
Okay, so if it was a mandate for it, and the people voted for him.
Okay.
Whatever the policy is, right?
Right.
Okay, so hold on. So he say, we're disbanding USA aid because
Right.
that's where you're getting your money for your campaign
Right.
because that's evident.
Right.
That's evident. Let's
Right.
hold on, folks. Let's not excuse USA Aid was where Democrats got their campaign money from and had their signs all up and down 291.
There's signs out. They don't care about nobody voting right now. They don't want. They don't want to seem like they're trying to get you to come out and vote for them, and they're not doing it. I'm just saying what I've heard from people that are running. The people that are running. I really don't think now is the time for me to put my campaign signs out there. That's what they. I can't call them a liar if they feel that way.
That's a lie.
Damn, Rich. Just called everybody a liar.
That's a lie.
Well, they are Republicans. Oh, my fault. It wasn't Republican.
Both. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I mean, both. Listen, Republicans ain't. Listen, hold on. Republicans ain't got no money either.
Fuck. So where their money come from?
I'm not gonna say Republicans.
Where their money come from?
Hold on. I got to retract that because I have some very lovely Republicans, people that I know.
Yeah.
I
got some very lovely Democrats that I know.
Yeah, I love them too. Hold on, and I got some very lovely Democrats too. Right. I do. I really do. Right. But hold on, watch this. Let me put this in the proper perspective. The GOP.
Right.
There's a difference.
The GOP?
Yes.
Right.
There's a big difference.
In the what?
Being Republican and being part of the GOP. Big difference. Big difference. They make it known. They make it known. Hold on, bro. They make it known. They make it known. They make it known. They make it known. Hold on. Just like there's rifts and splits with the Democrats right now.
There's rifts and splits everywhere.
There's rifts and splits everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
the thing
some
about
communities hide them better than others.
Right. But for us, where we're at, hold on, where we're sitting,
right.
We're supposed to take this useful information. Okay, both of us.
Right.
Whatever you know from that camp, you give to me, blah, blah, blah. I'm accepting it because you know what, P, you my brother, and I'm thank you for the truth.
Absolutely.
I don't have to like the castor oil, but I'm gonna put some sugar on the spoon. Okay?
I get that.
Okay? I don't like it, but I'm gonna take it anyway.
Right.
Okay? Because you know why? It's useful. It's going to help me in a situation later on down the road. I don't block truth and wisdom. I may not like certain people's truth and wisdom, but I'm not going to block it. You made it make sense. You know what I'm saying? You made it make sense. I have a point of view, but if my point of view and I bring it up and I say, oh, wait a minute, let me weigh this. Wait a minute, you just gave me some weight. I got to change that. So I do. Government spending locally and the reduction of services is theft.
Say it again.
Government spending locally and reduction of services is theft because your services are budgeted. There's that word again, budget. They spend a certain amount of money to keep the services going, and when they say we don't have any money halfway through the budget, that means that they have overspent someplace else, and they have to cut back the services like your street sweeper or your leaf collection to go prop something else up that they overspent. Okay? Same way at home, folks. Same way around the dinner table. This is not rocket science. This is not rocket science. People want to overcomplicate with you. They want to complicate with you. They want to complicate you with all of this legal ease. Legal ease. Legal ease is the number one deceptive language in the world. Because they know that you don't understand legal ease. These solicitors, these crooked attorneys. Not every attorney is a crook. Because I know a good one. I know a real good one, and I love him. Trust me. But some of these solicitors that are on these council boards, they're the problem. They're the ones that's writing the ordinances. They're the ones that's writing legislation, and people are just reading it. This has been proven already. This has been proven already when you go into your council meetings and these people are reading the ordinances that they haven't written. That was written by the solicitor. And you think that person, oh, they're smart. No, they're not. Smart enough to read it. But they can't tell you nothing about it when you're in front of them. If you wrote an ordinance, You should be gumming out when you go out and campaign. Hey, I wrote this ordinance, 5475, and it does this, this, and this. And the purpose, the reason why I wrote this ordinance is because in the future I want kids to da, da, da. When have your elected official said that? Okay, I'm gonna take that as a not. Local government spending is reduction, and reduction of services is theft. Get off of that for a second. Okay? That special podcast that you did with State Rep Kara Kazim, bro, I want to say this. Chester, if y'all not listening to y'all state rep and what she said the other day, was it last night?
On Saturday.
On Saturday? Mm-hmm. If y'all not listening to what your state rep said, I wholeheartedly tell you to go back and listen to State Rep Carol Kazim. Yes, I'm a fan. You can't listen. Nobody can't tell me nothing wrong about Carol. You can go ahead and go. I don't want to hear it because she's not a politician. She comes from Chester. You know how we had that conversation about certain people they from Chester, but they ain't from Chester. From Chester, yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. You from Chester, but you ain't from Chester. Like how I explained in like my first podcast that I was able to come to Chester, but I need an escort to Bennett. Yeah.
Need an escort up to Bennett?
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Come on, bro. I've been around here longer than just, right. 5 years ago. Right. I've been around here when
Right.
Bennett, okay. Stop playing. Come on now. Come on. Don't disrespect the Bennett.
My bad.
You know they're gonna be popping off. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Nah. Shout out to my boy Marlon Carr. Mm-hmm. That's my man. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's my man Pots and Pans. And like I said, when I was coming up here to Chester, that was my road dog. You know what I'm saying? That was my road dog. That was the man that taught me how to cross these streets. Right. That was the man that introduced me to, people around town. I mean, that was that man pretty much that taught me how to walk this way when I'm in Chester. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, and you need that. And, it was no disrespect to me. He's like, look, I appreciate you, I like you, but this is as far as you go. You know what I'm saying? And, sometimes I just had to sit in the car. It was like that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You know what I mean? Listen, saves lives.
Right.
Right? Saves lives, and, I don't know nothing.
Right.
Feel me? But I always got home safe. Everybody else got home safe. And like I said, I partied up here in Chester, baby. I had a good time. But yeah. What are we dealing with when Carol is telling you the truth about what's going on in your town, who's doing what, and who ain't doing what? Now, there's some things that, of course, any elected official can say and cannot say. But if you really listen and read in between the lines, and you understand when somebody from Chester is speaking in a roundabout way, you will get what she's saying. Without a doubt. Because I picked it up real fast. And that's why I put down, thank you, Carol, for telling the truth of what I've been saying about these properties and about these people from New York and about these landlords and these slumlords and about what she's been trying to do and how she's fighting with her arm tied behind her back, with a leg, with one leg off and everybody trying to, kick her in the butt. And she got these good old boys they good old boys. I said it. They good old boys.
From where?
From out west, in Western Pennsylvania, good old boys. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's who they are.
Right.
Okay? Them Western Pennsylvania good old boys. Okay?
Right.
All right, I've been out there, Cayuga County, all that other type stuff. Yeah. They don't give a damn.
Why would they?
Listen, I don't expect them to either. Listen, I don't expect them to. But one hand does wash the other.
Not if they don't want your hand to wash their hand.
But like I said, and from what I understand and what I know, and from what I've heard, and from what Carol has said herself out of her mouth, she has gone in and she has gone to the other side and helped other people and blah blah blah. She's relatively new.
Right.
You know what I mean? So she's not part of the old system. She's not part of the old blockage. She's not part of the old garbage.
Right.
But that's how you treat her.
But That's how they used to treat it.
That's no. See, and this is why you need this type of state rep, because she willing to fight back.
Right.
Okay, she ain't one of them that's gonna roll over and say, okay, well, what's in it for me?
Right.
See, that's not. See, you had that. You had that.
We had that.
Yeah, you had that. People rolled over, bro.
You sure?
People, what?
Huh?
What? Huh?
What
Are
happened?
you sure? You live here in Chester. What did you get? What did you get?
I don't know.
What did they? Yeah. Listen, I say, look around. I say, look around.
We didn't get
Listen,
nothing,
I see a state rep that is about bringing business here. I see a state rep that is in her community. I see a state rep that has come here to this radio station to set some records straight, to speak directly to the people.
Talk for 2.5 hours.
Was powerful in her voice.
Very powerful.
Okay? Drop some gems, some truth bombs. Like I said, you don't have to like it. You don't have to like it. I don't care if you don't like it. Because I'm going to tell you like now, I say this all the time, I was one of the first people to tell that woman to run. One of the first. Believed in her from the beginning. Believed in her from the beginning. When I sat at that table, like I said, when I sat down and talked to the young bulls and talked to Delco Resist and talked to, all of the other social justice warriors that was popping up during the time of Black Lives Matter, tailor-made vets, Rich Blye, the Jace was right there with everybody, folks. Right there with these kids when they got started. Right there with them. Carol was right there because she was leading the charge from out here from Chester. Carol was leading the charge. I'm going to tell you right now, that whole Ridley March was inspired by Carol. It was because of her children. It was because of that Chick-fil-A situation. It's because of how they treated her kids. It's because how they treated her. It's because she had flashback and said, this is the line. That's what she said. This is the line. I don't care who go with me. I don't care who come with me. But I'm going up there and I'm going to have my protests. And she put it together. She put that together. Make no mistake about it. I don't care what politician that was there. I don't care what person got accolades by the Black Caucus that skipped over the black woman and gave it to the Italian girl. I mean, help me out with that. And anyway, it's true. Anyway, help me out with that. Help me out with that. You did. They did. They gave it to the Italian girl.
Who?
The girl that was part of Delco Resist that was with Carol. But Carol was running the thing, man. Man, stop. Listen.
The short chick.
Yeah, the short chick. Yeah. She ain't with, man, come on, man. Listen. Carol was running this.
Where's she at now?
Who knows? Who cares?
Why you gonna say it like that? Don't say who cares.
You know why I say who cares?
Why?
Because this is another person that took my Juneteenth program and then denied that they had my Juneteenth program and went over to Collindale with it. Okay? And that's how Collindale had their Juneteenth program. Because Collindale didn't have a Juneteenth program. Nobody had a Juneteenth program. When I tell you that I wrote the manual for it for some of these townships and boroughs, they ran with it. I'm not mad about it because they went and turned it into what they wanted to turn it to. Right. And a lot of people didn't like it. Right. Okay? Because you're sitting up here trying to mix things that don't have nothing to do with stuff. But at any rate, Mayor Roots is there. Crandall Jones is there. Manga Taylor's there. Special Message Carol Kazim comes in and just reiterates everything that I've been talking about. It's time for you guys to unite your own issues and stop waiting for somebody to lead you. You say you want a leader, but you can't make up your own minds. I don't understand. And I'm really trying to understand, why is it that we keep having these conversations after conversations after conversations after conversations, and you know what to do? So this is for the youth. This is for the youth. This is for you guys that are 30 and under, okay? 30 and under. Stop looking at the mistakes of your elders as a reason why you can't achieve something. That is the biggest cop-out that y'all will ever have. If you guys unite your consciences and stop worrying about what the left is saying, stop worrying about what the right is saying, and if you guys, like y'all put your lives together out here socially, put yourselves together as a political front, if you put yourselves together as a political action committee, if you go after the truth and you deal with the truth only, if you you groom your own candidates. There's something that Mr. Geo Stockman was talking about, along with JP, Uncle P. You do need your own to join the police force. You do need your own to join the fire department. Every successful township, borough, county, city, anywhere across the United States has people who work as police officers who are from that city. Everybody that is there in those towns where they have stability are people who are from that town that have stability. When you start allowing outside influences and outside hires primarily come and take these places, they have no connection to your lives, to your heritage. Chester is still just about 78% original Chestonians. You understand? You don't have a lot of transients. You don't have a lot of people that haven't been here and lived here all their lives. You guys are Chester for real. You have to understand your power. I'm not saying this in a bad way. Stop crying. Stop crying. I see a lot of smart people with a lot of smart ideas. Put your focus together. Chester, you guys, if you really think that people don't have their eyes on you, you're foolish. If you think that people are looking at your situations and blah, 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 this, that, and the third, yeah, you still got those people that, when they see something happen like that poor, unfortunate shooting, that, they don't even read the article and understand that this was a bad domestic situation going wrong and that there was a brother trying to protect someone and now there's a whole family and community that's distraught because they believe that this situation has been gotten wrong by the police and that they want some answers. That they trying to say that a brother shot another brother? Come on now, it's just too much. And then once again, like I said, I understand there has to be investigations, but you guys have had more information about the Lincoln University shootings than you do about what happened here in Chester. And the Lincoln University shootings happened after this one. So if you could come out with plausible information about what happened up at the university, why can't we come up with the same amount of time frame for information about this poor, unfortunate family in this situation and give people some closure, some satisfaction, and bring this boy home? Because again, we want to drag our heels. Again, we want to support what we want to support, but when it comes time to hold people accountable, you want people to jump off their bandwagon and support your bandwagon when there should be no wagon. All of us should be marching together. There shouldn't be this camp over here. It shouldn't be this clique over here. It shouldn't be the government is only going to give stuff to liberals. It shouldn't be that the president is only going to give stuff to his base. It shouldn't be none of that. But that's what we're seeing, and now we got to talk about it. But your state rep, Chester, has given you enough information in that 2.5 hours that if you don't take advantage of it, that's on you. Because I wish I had a state rep that talked like that. I wish I had a state rep that was honest like that. I wish I had a state rep that spelled it out because she loves where she lives here in Chester. She didn't move into, Trainer or go to Delaware. She right here in Chester. She's shopping in Chester. Overtown, Cowtown, all that. When you have people who represent you, and they represent you not just by legislation, not just by having events or whatever, if they're willing to meet you right where you are and say, hey, there are certain things I can do and there's certain things that she can't do. Y'all got to understand that too, folks. There are certain things that your public officials cannot do. There are certain things that have to be lobbied for by you. You have to give her your support. When these things happen, you're supposed to write that email. to the PA State House. Was it C. Kasim, Carol Kasim at the at PAStatehouse.com? Something like that. Look it up. Y'all know, just look it up. It's on our website. Y'all know, you can find it. Write those letters of support. Like, hey, Carol, you're doing a real good job. Ding. You know how supportive that is going up there battling these men? Like, when you think that would work for your state rep that's working for you, like, I'm not saying this for every state rep, because there's some state reps I wouldn't even send a stamp to. So, but bro, listen.
I'm going to say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we, the people, really know, right? And when I say the people, I mean my people.
Right.
You feel me? Like, really know how politics really work, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a system that we were, the inner workings of it and how it works for other people, it was blocked for us, right? So we necessarily, we like, all right, we see what the president do, right? He got all power, but we learned during Barack Obama's tenure that he didn't have all power, that he needed others, he needed the House or he needed the Senate to agree with him to get things done, right? Then we break down, all right, that's federal. Then we get into, regular government, our governor and state, and people don't necessarily know how the inner workings work, how to improve the outer workings for us, and how to advance their thoughts.
Can I answer that?
Go ahead.
We have been miseducated in the process of understanding the power foundations of our government.
So we put a civics podcast together, like me and you, and we sit down and break, or me, you, and whoever, right? And we sit down and break down politics to plain folks. Not politics to black people, because it's not just black people. That is black, brown.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit of white. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
It's
oh, trust me. Listen, I had to teach some folks on the other side of the aisle what some people do. Right, so, I mean, like, it's a miseducation, bro. When I say it's a miseducation, I can't blame anybody. I'm going to say this. When you talk about politics, it's only exciting when you have a point of view. You know what I'm saying? But to everybody else, they could do without it. So what? The world turns.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when something happens to that point of view and hits them in their feels, and then they come with especially at me, well, this person was, and I gotta say, no, that's not what they do. Right. Well, that's not what they do. And when I try to explain what they do, because you don't like it,
you get upset.
That's
what people do.
So watch this.
That's politics.
That's a waste of my time.
Sports and relationships. My grandma always said.
That's a waste of my time.
Yeah, don't debate that with anybody.
Listen, I'll be willing to teach it if I can have also etiquette class.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to do.
I think that has to do. That has a lot to do with the same thing.
I want to do an etiquette class.
Manners.
Yes,
and
manners.
How you conduct yourself.
And I really want to have a public debate and teach how to publicly debate. How to publicly debate.
We can do that. We can do that at the Center.
Because a lot of people don't understand the point of publicly debating. You don't have to insult anybody to debate them.
No, see, people think you do though.
No, you don't.
I gotta go low.
No, you don't.
I gotta shoot. I gotta shoot at
him.
That's why your baby mama left you. Like, huh? That doesn't have nothing to do with the fact that you've been stealing money for years. Mm-hmm. You and your family. Mm-hmm. I'm blaming you for that. You gonna talk about me cheating on my wife? That don't have nothing to do with that. Right. I talk about that. So they can't even use that. So.
Right.
I learned a lot from 8 Mile, man. I talk about all my shit, bro.
But see, like I said, for me, understanding politics, I come from that background. Right. Like I've had that when I was in high school. Absolutely. So there's things that I get that with people. How do you know that? I've always known this. I've known this in my teens.
So we need to start a debate club. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, I think here's the thing. If a debate club is put together correctly, it's healthy. It's healthy. It really is. It's healthy.
What are the underlying what are the things that will put it together correctly? You have to have rules or
Yes, you
regulations?
definitely have to have rules. You definitely have to have a moderator.
Okay.
Okay.
What is the moderator's job?
The moderator's job is make sure that each side has the proper time and that it stays respectful and courteous.
How much timing is on each side?
Well, if you have like a 30-minute debate, you give each individual a chance to respond to a subject matter, and then you can have it group wise, and then from that point you can have the audience basically be the judge.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
As to as to who gave the stronger point, but it has to be where they understand that respectfully. Respect. No. See, that's the main thing, and it has to be respectfully.
In all the forums that I've done, all the times I've tried to bring the politicians that are running to the forum and get them to talk about what they're doing and what they want to do, they always say you can't do it respectful. Pierre, I have no problem with you doing it. I love how you do it, but I don't want to do it with anybody else. It's like.
That's because they're afraid of the hard questions from anybody else, bro. And they know that there are a lot more people just like us that are just as knowledgeable about their positions, and we are still living.
It's an easy way out.
Hold on. When I say this, we are still living, that means that anything that's been done in the, say, 30, 35 years in this town, we know about it.
Right.
Chester's big, but it ain't that big. Okay, and like I said, everybody has a past. You told on yourself, I told on myself. Some people ain't tell on themselves.
Some people don't want to,
and they better not. And they better not.
It's hard not to tell on yourself when everybody knows.
Listen,
it's like the Epstein files. Everybody knows some big names in that joint.
Everybody knows.
You feel me? And that's why they ain't released it yet. But they quick to throw out everything that other people do.
Yeah. You gotta go throw shade someplace else. Right. I mean, see, this is why I stay in the house. You can't throw nothing on me. Hey, where Rich at? In the house. In the house. In the house. Where you see me at? In the house.
Where he at? Riding down the road.
Riding down the street.
Right. Who he with? By himself.
By myself. But yes, I want you guys to please pay a lot more attention to your state rep. And I know that Mayor Roots has made some promises about his term limit in the past. This is my point of view, opinion.
Yeah, we know what you're going to say about that.
Opinion. Okay?
I don't have a problem. Listen, I don't have a problem with him running again.
Okay.
I'm going to say that.
Okay.
Right? I'm going to say that.
Uh-huh.
I was just going off his
6 years. I know.
That's what you said.
I know.
Right? But if he was to run again, I wouldn't have a problem with it because I see the growth in the things that are happening in our community.
So I would say this: if he were to, because he may keep. Let's say he keep up his promise.
Then what we gonna do?
Hold on. That's my point. That's my point. Then what are we gonna do? Who you gonna get? Who you gonna get? Who you gonna get?
Not the person I want to be mayor.
I know. Listen. Who you gonna get?
Because it's over.
That's my point.
We're going right back
that's my point. Do you want progress or popularity? Chester has had enough of popularity, in my opinion.
You think the last 4 elections were popular?
Popular, yes. Yeah, it was on pop. Everything was popping. Everything was on and popping.
I think John Linder was more about progress.
And then he got knocked out for popularity.
No, he got knocked down for power.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Power.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Absolute,
and after that is absolute popularity.
Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You feel me? So,
yes. And you had it statewide and and citywide.
Right.
This is why you have a receiver.
And then, the receiver was Ben supposed to come.
Well, I know, but this is the replacement for the one that they had.
Yeah. But then we also have the Republican Party being null and void.
Absolutely.
In our community.
Absolutely.
And it's like, why? Why? How is there no adversary to what's happening in our community now? I had a problem with that myself.
Absolutely.
I don't have a problem.
You know what's different now?
I was a Republican up until Mayor Roots' reign.
You know what the problem is, bro?
What's the problem?
Is that now that you can identify with the person that represents you, you can now represent yourself. Whereas in the past, people thought they couldn't represent themselves because the person that was representing them didn't look like them or speak their language.
I want to say that could be a small majority of the people.
Okay, so again, so we're looking.
Most people looked at it and said,
Right.
"I don't even care. You look
Right,
good.
right.
Nothing
So,
never
right.
changed."
So if
right?
if even with that small majority, here's the pendulum switch. It's still a small majority that are now showing up at the meetings.
Right.
Okay, whereas before you went from nothing to sprinkle to some movement now.
Right.
Okay, so again, like you said, it takes some time.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It takes some time in all things. I think that because Chester has been, I know that there's always asking for transparency, but if I really want to be honest with you, bro, Chester's actually more transparent than any other council right now in the entire Delco
Why?
because it's all black.
No.
Yes, yes, and I'm not being biased. I'm trying to tell you. See, you know why I say it's all black? Listen, listen to me, bro. It's an all black city. It's the first city. It still has a predominantly black home ownership base. So you can't run and blame somebody else. You can't run to this party. You can't run to here and do
But
this.
I think it all comes from who's asking the questions. Again, everybody doesn't have a local internet radio station asking the fucking questions
Well,
and giving
P-
people a platform to ask the questions
Well,
that
well,
ignites the listen. If it was a CMP radio in every borough, every township, boy, you know how many changes in votes would happen in that community. But you know, I can't go.
Bro, we got listeners all in these boroughs and townships, man. Right now, you think I'm kidding? We got people in Virginia. We got people in Virginia listening.
Right.
We got people in Chicago listening.
But that's not like CMP is centralized in Chester.
Yes, I know, centralized in Chester.
So we can hold Chester's leadership
accountable, right?
We can ask for transparency.
Absolutely.
We was asking for this shit from 2017. Accountability, transparency, right? And proper leadership. Leadership is being involved with your people.
But again, look at what you had as far as like your leadership. It wasn't as transparent. Why? People were blocking because of popularity. Don't say nothing about the good Reverend da 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 da. Don't say nothing about this. Don't say nothing about that.
That was before 2017.
Now afterwards, you got a lot of young people. And I appreciate this. A lot of young people that are throwing that type of thought in the trash, as you should. Okay, stop listening to these people telling you don't ask questions of public officials. You better ask questions. You better email them. You better be up at their door knocking on their door. You better be at the next meeting that they at. You need to go and review their videos when they're talking. Oh, Chester, do me a favor. Whoever is your IT person over there, tell them to turn the volume up on the public meeting. No. What you mean no? No. You can't hear nobody. It sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher talking.
You're not supposed to hear anybody.
Man, they better turn that up. Shout out to listen.
That's the game. We give you video. We ain't gonna give you no
audio.
Better
get that. Listen, listen. I don't care if you do it or not, because I know how to stretch that video. I know how to stretch that audio out. I'll get everything I need. Don't play with me. I'll get everything I need. I'll stretch that audio all the way out. All the way out. This is what I do. The other thing is, they're gonna keep messing around. I don't know how to implore this. With this food insecurity, but I just want to say this, ladies and gents, if you really want to save money and if you really want to make your food stretch in this time of insecurity, please start cooking by recipe. And I say this, moms, go traditional and make yourself some cookie dough and put it in the freezer and make your activities around that. You don't have to do junk. You can do fruit. You can do a lot of different things. My grandmother...
That requires a lot of time.
No,
I don't have time.
Stop playing.
I'm trying to go to the bar. I'm trying to put my socks in the air. I'm trying to be on the phone talking to my girlfriend about what we watching on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. I don't have time to be a mother. Now, call her dad. Call her dad. Dad got to work. Call her dad. Dad got to work a 12-hour shift to buy the food that's about to... I ain't got time for that. Dad got to feed his household and your household. If they ain't together, I don't think they think about that sometimes. I think they just think, you know.
I'm going to say this.
I should have thought about it a little bit more. That's my fault.
Listen, I'm going to just say this. Portion control recipes
Please,
go a long way.
please.
Okay, go a long way. Channel your inner grandmother,
What if their grandma was twerking in the club?
great grandmother,
What if their great grandma was smoking in the club?
auntie.
Auntie left. Auntie, she ain't never see Auntie. Auntie been gone.
All right, well, listen. Everybody has that person that they admire down the block of Miss Winnie or Mr. Chu or something like that or whatever.
Stop saying no. These young ladies today, they don't have nobody they admired on the block. And if they admired him, he's a man. They ain't admiring no woman.
It ain't that hard, ladies. Listen to
They
me.
come bad.
I have plenty of faith. I have plenty of faith in you. I believe in you. Just get a cookbook. Just get a cookbook. Just get a cookbook and learn. This is what I'm gonna say. This is why home economics. This is home economics.
You saying all this negative stuff about women. Are you sure you're not one?
Ooh.
I know for a fact I'm not one. But can the woman that just say that say for a fact?
Whoa. Hold
Like,
on, man.
come on,
Wait a
man.
minute. No, we ain't. No, we ain't doing that.
Not on your show.
Not on my show. No, we ain't. I just got finished.
Respect.
No.
Obviously,
Yo.
obviously they don't want the knowledge.
Oh my God! Listen, cookbook ladies, cookbooks. I don't care what you find online, but I promise you, be creative. Be creative. If this comes down to where it comes down to, please, don't go out robbing and stealing. Okay, please don't send your kids out there robbing and stealing. That's what they want. They like both sides. That's what both sides want.
They'll kill each other.
Yes. Okay.
Then we ain't got to worry about
Do
it.
not send your children out to steal. There's plenty of lists of pantries. There are people that are actually driving, doing deliveries, so you can actually call in. You can actually, make sure your grandparents, make sure that the elderly in your neighborhoods are taken care of. Somebody can knock on the door, Miss Hattie's door. Somebody can knock on Miss Brenda's door. So please, come on, guys. Like, I understand how this is an angry time and everything like that, but I'm not going to throw fuel on the fire with this because it's just too close to people's lives, stomachs, and stuff like that.
Boycott Christmas.
Listen, boycott Thanksgiving.
Boycott Thanksgiving.
It's really not that big of a deal. It's really not that big of a deal. Or if you don't want to boycott it, how about this? Why don't you do matching funds Thanksgiving, where you buy the same amount that you would buy for your meal, you buy it for somebody else, so that way they can have it. So if you spend $125 for Thanksgiving, somebody can get $125, Thanksgiving. It ain't that hard. There's some people out here who can afford that, bro. Stop playing.
I ain't got it. Don't be putting things out there that I ain't got.
Listen, bro, let me tell you something. I've had some people that have given me turkeys, bro.
Right. I always receive free turkeys.
And I don't know what's going to happen this
I
year.
don't want all the free turkeys I received, though.
I'll take them.
Sometimes you got to leave them outside in the cold.
No, bro, I'll take them.
Let the dogs get them.
No. I always had. Listen, one of the things about me that a lot of people have appreciated. Right. If it needs a home, I'm gonna find it.
If it needs a home,
I'm gonna find it.
That's what's up, bro.
I'm dead serious.
That's why I've always loved you, bro.
If it needs a home, I'm gonna find it.
Real shit.
I'm dead serious. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it because there is somebody out there in need. Love is always in need, bro. Yeah. Love is always in need. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now. I got a box of sneakers in my car right now.
All right. You got size 15?
Oh no, it ain't no 15, bro. It ain't big as you.
The fuck are you laughing at?
Ain't no Uncle P's.
But Cooper DG wears a 15. And y'all be like, oh my God, Cooper DG wearing 15.
Oh, come on.
Cool.
Come on. But no, I had, again, I get donations from time to time. Some things I have to, hold on to because it's not the right season or whatever. I don't want to just arbitrarily give them away because they're in great condition, to be quite honest. I want to find somebody that's actually going to appreciate it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Not saying that somebody doesn't need it, but there are people out there that are walking around on souls and they're like on their last dime just to get to work. Right. I want to find people like that. Right. Just this time around.
I get that.
I want to find people that
really need it.
really need it.
Right.
Not because of their situation.
Not need it because you're giving it away.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
feel me?
yeah.
I hate those types of people. People
I,
that pull up to a food and
so
you got food in the house or you got money in your bank
okay,
account. There's people out here that really need that stuff. Why are you taking it
right?
from them? Oh, what you talking about? They giving it away. I'm gonna show
Or
up.
yeah, or yeah. So, real
Talking about
quick, I
cookbook,
talked about cookbooks, but I want to talk.
recipes.
I want to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart. As you guys all know, I do represent for my American Legion Post number 214, Upper Darby. Uh, just want to remind folks that coming up in November, we are having our flag raising event for the last and what people call the greatest branch of service, the United States Marines. And they're having a flag raising ceremony again. So they did the Army, they did the Air Force, they did the Navy, and they're doing the Marines in November. If you go to the page for the Office of Military Affairs for Media and the Colonel Jenkins, and you look for that page, and you'll see the dates for that. So you show up for the flag raising, it'll be on my page. And that'll be in November, and I'll have more information for it the next time. I really think that it'd be a good look if we could get some of our youth from some of our schools to come up because it is around Veterans Day. I think it would be a good school trip, and it would be good for the spirit of these veterans to show these veterans some love, but also in the spirit of living here in this country, as far as spirit of our nationalism as Americans. It would be good. It would be a good event for families and for other children to come up and be a part of this event. So make sure you do. Speaking of which, I had a great opportunity to talk to another person this past Saturday. Um, a Lieutenant Colonel David E. Kelly, United States Marine Corps retired. Um, this man has written several books, and I really want to talk about these books that he has written because he really took his time out to talk to me and several other people at the Sharon Hill Library. Um, this story, The Hell in the Streets of Husabaya, Lieutenant Colonel David E. Kelly, USMC, retired, 3rd Battalion, 7th Marines, April 2004, speaking about the fights throughout Iraq. The media attention was focused on the city of Fallujah. However, at the same time, out on the border of Syria and around this city, fighting was equally intense. This gives first person accounts or events that happened in this town based upon field history interviews with Marines at different levels, including heroic actions of Corporal Jason Dunham, who saved Marines around him by covering an enemy grenade explosion with his body. Dunham was posthumously awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor by President Bush. This man's books are on Amazon. They are available in hardcover and Kindle conditions. And if you want to have any questions or comments directly with him, it is DEKellyUSMC@gmail.com. I plan on purchasing these 3 books in the month of November so that way I can continue to understand what has happened to a lot of our Iraqi and Afghanistan veterans by understanding the stories that are in here because we're going to have to deal with some of the trauma and PTSD from these issues later on, and the young people need to have an understanding from the voices of men and women that have sacrificed and have come back or have gone through or have died. Also, I want to give a shout out to Vanessa Merbeek, the unseen, unheard soldier. This dynamic soldier is United States Army, and she has a book out that talks about the trauma that she has gone through as a United States Army service personnel. some of the sexual and physical trauma that a lot of our women veterans go through in there, and she has courageously stood. She is still active duty service. She has courageously fought back those demons and fought back past the stigma of being an enlisted woman in the service and having to go through some of these traumas. And I'm going to invite her onto this show real soon. So I wanted to make sure that before I ended this program, that the people that I spoke to this weekend, the service members, I told them that I was going to speak about them. I told him that I was going to purchase this man's book. I'm going to purchase this man's book. I'm going to purchase his books, and I was going to bring up the fact that Miss Vanessa, thank you so much for sharing your history with me this past Saturday, and I look forward to getting your book as well. All right. So before I end this live, I've been contacted about two of our local running individuals in Upper Darby Township. And as everyone knows, personally, I don't like either one of these dudes. I don't like them, bro. Listen, this is personal. They candidates. They ain't elected officials yet, because I could talk about them. They ain't elected officials. They not elected officials.
I just want to make sure you're
ain't nobody slandering them.
Okay.
I said I don't like them.
All right.
That's all I said.
I don't like a lot of people either. I get it.
I
understand it.
Have you not said their name that you don't like them?
No, I haven't said their name.
You didn't say their name?
Now the people that I hold.
We different. I don't like Kyle McIntyre, bro. I don't like him.
Why not?
Huh? Because he's a liar.
Oh my God! Why not?
Because he's a liar.
I mean, for real.
Listen,
Rich, you really don't like Kyle McIntyre?
I don't like Kyle. No, he's a liar.
Why not?
Because he's a liar.
Oh. How is he a liar?
Huh? All right, let's start. Let's
start there.
What do you want to start with? Let's start with this.
Let's start with the lie you told.
Let's start with the lie. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Remember that program you were a part of about the strong black men in Delaware County and, George Mink and all this other stuff, blah, blah, blah. Remember that?
Yes.
Okay. You were a selected speaker, weren't you?
Was I?
Were you?
Did I speak?
I don't know if you spoke or not. But you were selected. I saw the bio.
I think I had a stroke after that. Was that before or after my stroke? I think that might have been before.
Well, I saw the bio.
I was there.
I saw. I knew. Listen, I was invited.
You ain't show up?
Hold on. Just like I was kicked out of the symposium.
You always kicked out of somewhere.
I was told not to show up.
That's what they do. Why do they do that to you, Rich?
Why? Because I don't know how to lie.
That's true. I don't know how to lie either. But I guess they figure I'm not as boisterous.
Blunt?
I'm blunt. I can be blunt to a point, but I like to have fun. So I'm not going to always.
First of all, I wouldn't be boisterous if you wouldn't lie so much and then go around and tell more lies and then put my name in the lie.
See, they don't do
okay, see, that's what I'm talking about. See, it's different from Upper Darby and Chester, bro. This is why I keep saying it's a black town. See, you can't go around putting your name in your name in somebody else's mouth, blah, 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 and all this other type stuff, because it's going to kick off. Somebody that love you going to say, yo, I'm going to check that.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
Somebody down there running their mouth with my name in their mouth, ain't nobody checking that, boy, but myself. Ain't nobody checking for me.
Want me to check him when I see him?
No.
Oh, okay.
He gonna think,
He gonna think what?
No, see,
he gonna think
go.
what?
There you go.
I'm not checking him to his chest. I'm just saying, yo, chill out.
Ain't no chill out, man.
You feel me?
Ain't no chill
out.
out.
All right, so you said,
ain't no chill out.
What is he running for?
Council at large.
Council?
Yeah.
How? How old is he? Ain't he like 19?
27, bro.
He ain't that old.
27, no kids, ain't gonna have none.
25. Well, we already know why he ain't gonna have none.
I don't care
you feel
about
me?
that
Like, don't no babies come out of that hole. And if they do, you flush them down the toilet.
I don't know nothing about that. I don't speak on nobody's sexuality or whatever.
You just said he ain't gonna have no kids.
I said he ain't gonna have no kids. That's not sexual. He ain't gonna have no kids.
That is sexual.
No.
How else do you have kids without having sex?
He ain't gonna have no kids.
Okay, anyway.
He ain't gonna have no kids. He ain't gonna have no kids. So, my thing is this.
You have paperwork.
Yeah, I got paperwork on this ball.
Where do you get that type of paperwork from?
It's called a right to know. It's called a right to know. This boy told me I ain't get any ARPA money. Said it publicly. I didn't get any ARPA money.
And he got ARPA money?
ARPA NFP grant request number 8. Account number 14047550480210026. Amount $5,096.73.
Is he running on the base that he didn't get any ARPA money? Is he like saying that?
Bro, listen to me.
Anyway, he said it to you, so that's all that matters. Come on, keep on going.
Okay.
Damn, Kyle. I gotta get Kyle up here for an interview.
For what?
I like both sides. I really do. I like to see people squirm. I like to see them in the chair across from somebody that's telling the truth about them and just see how they move. You can see it. It's like their bodies start to, you ever see the movies where they, I like that shit.
He ain't coming to Chester at night.
He'll come to Chester whenever, he ain't got no problem with Chester.
He ain't coming to Chester at
He
night.
ain't gonna, listen, Chester is a safe town. We done had no murders during the summertime.
I know. But
Like, Chester is safe, bro.
He ain't coming to Chester at night.
Why is this funny? It's not funny. This is a serious situation. Our city is safe, bro. Our city is full of love. It's the outsiders that write about Chester to scare people off and make sure investors don't come into this city, bro.
So if you have a nonprofit, right, that
Yes.
does murals, right?
Murals. I don't do murals, but
So
okay.
if you have a nonprofit that does murals, right?
Right.
Okay. How many people do you think that you would have to pay?
At least 6.
80 hours times 1923 equals out to 1538.40. $156 in taxes taken out on one. 327 taken on one. Check date 2/28/24. Direct deposit account $1,211.
How many people did he pay?
Oh, he paid himself. This is him paying himself. He got paid. It's only one payroll employee. It's only one employee. One employee.
Huh?
You heard me? It's only one employee. Paid himself.
Okay.
He got paid. It's the way. It was the way. Hold on. It's the way that it was written in the personnel staff capacity too. Yeah, right here. It's written. The Mural Arts Program at UDTJ will be managed by a team of 5 volunteer staff members with the addition of a full-time staff member. 5 volunteers, 1 full-time. The only full-time person got paid. I don't know. Listen, run your nonprofit the way you want to run it. You feel me? Run it the way that you want to run it. But this is a person that has already stated that the only thing that he's in this for is to make things better for people like him, because that's what he's comfortable with. Like I said, you're not going to be able to relate to people who have children or who have to, mothers who have to feed their kids. You don't understand nothing about that because you only relate to people that you agree with.
That's what he said.
That's exactly what he said. He put it in print, too, on my sister's Paula and Sabatino's page. He put it in print. He doubled down on it 3 times. I don't know if he was drinking or not, but he doubled down on it 3 times. I made sure to screenshot that real fast.
Saying that he was only running.
That he was more comfortable in people from the LGBTQ community. So that's who I identify with, and that's why I support what needs to be supported. And yes, blah blah blah. He's also been inside of the citizens of Upper Darby Township, which is my Facebook group that we had during COVID, where he has proclaimed himself as a Marxist and a fascist. And I got that in print too.
Huh?
You heard what I said, bro.
God.
Listen, this bull said he proud. He proud. He proud of it too. He is proud of it. And that's what you're going to bring. You're going to bring people that were part of the problem into trying to be the solution when you can't be the solution when you cause the problem. This is the same person that was defund the police. I'm sorry. We got problems. All right? Everybody want to defund the police. Everybody want to be mad at the cops until you need a cop. Okay? The funny thing about it is that the story got written up in the article about his somebody that's running on the other ticket that's not even in his party, and you got these two kids running and trying to slam this man for a race that he having with somebody else that ain't got nothing to do with you, and you want to interject yourself into what this man is doing, and what he doing is going door to door the old-fashioned way. The old-fashioned way. He talking to Republicans. He talking to Democrats. He talking to Independents. Like, he's doing it the old-fashioned way. The way that people want it.
Should be done.
The way that people want it.
You should always put your platform out there for people to dissect and ask questions. You can't vote for who?
Right. I can't vote. This man's name is Bobby Yantoro.
Right.
Okay. All right. I can't vote for the man, so I don't have a stake in what he does.
Right.
But I appreciate him as a man. I appreciate him as a Marine. I appreciate him as a person that's been honest with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? When I met him, when I talked to him, whatever. But like I said, I don't like bullies. I don't care. He young. He a young bully, or he trying to be a bully.
So you say Kyle is a bully?
Oh yeah, he is. See, Kyle. See, this is not indicative of the LGBTQ community. This is just him. Okay, this is him. See, I don't want anybody to think that I'm coming at him because of his status. I could care less.
Could he be a bully because he was maybe bullied in high school?
Listen. Again, they got.
That's what they say about the police.
They got therapy for that. They got therapy for that.
Well,
bro.
you got sometimes if you go to therapy and you're, I'm not gonna say that out loud. I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut. Anyway.
Like I said, I don't like bullies because he gets to say what he wants to say,
and then gets mad when somebody else.
Hold on, with impunity. Hold on, he gets to say what he wants to say, and then when somebody else says something else that he agrees with, he goes and he tries to find dirt on that person to make them look bad. That's what he does. That's exactly what he does. Okay, so that type of bullying from afar technique that he does, that's what he does. He's always done it. Okay, this is not a one-off with this kid.
But it's not new either to politics. Though.
I know it's not new to politics, but here's the thing. If you're running progressively talking about you want change and you want people to see this, blah, 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 you're using the same mechanisms that would happen to my grandmother, grandfather, blah, blah, blah. So that makes you just the same white man.
Right.
It makes you the same white man. That's why I said,
You're just
like,
open about you.
Like, listen, I don't care what type of closet you in. I don't care about that. You're the same white man. Okay? You're the same white man. The same white man that spit at my mother, the same white man that spit at my father, same white man. Wow. Ain't no difference. I don't see it. Because the same way that he treats contempt for people in our community, this man ain't been in the black community doing nothing. Okay? Don't nobody know who this boy is. Nobody knows who he is. His base knows who he is. Drexel Hill knows who he is. White people know who they are. Okay? The gay population know who he is. But you come over here with the brothers and sisters, they're gonna be like, what? Who? Huh? Who? What? I ain't never seen you before. Okay? He came down and threw a basketball. What's the name? I don't even want to talk about that, man, because before my brother passed, we were rolling, and I know people are saying, "Well, Rich, why don't you?" I don't have the same dedication.
Why not? I know you've lost.
Bro, can I tell you something?
Go ahead.
It's real disrespectful, hard, and sometimes embarrassing being the only black man to stand up in your own community. It's embarrassing, bro. I know, I'm dead serious. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing.
No, it is. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing because people feel this strongly and this hard and rap all of this BS on in front of these folks and come at them on Facebook and Instagram, blah, blah, blah. These same black people, a lot of mouth on social media, but when it comes time to do it in person, no shows, ghosts. But got a nerve to come and talk to me about my passion. Got a nerve to talk about me being loud. Got a nerve to talk about me being this, that, and the third. If I had 10 more black men
like
you wouldn't hear my voice.
You wouldn't.
And that's what I keep saying. So I got to be loud for 10 ordinary men to establish some type of dominance in a world full of white people, Asian people, Greek people, whatever people, to show them the beauty of us, because you know what they see? They don't see men like me. They don't see men like you. They'll accept you, P. You know why? Because they see the positivity in you. Right. You feel me? They'll accept a brother like Gio because they see the positivity in him. And then, hold on. They do accept me.
Right.
Those people do accept me. But I'm saying this.
Most of the white people I know, you introduced me to.
Right. But I'm saying this, though, P. Where are the street soldiers like Chester has. Chester has soldiers, bro.
Chester,
Chester has soldiers, bro.
because Chester has heart.
Yeah, I know that.
You
I
have
know
to
that.
have heart.
I
to
don't
be a
have it. I
soldier.
don't have that.
Well,
I don't have that, bro. I don't have it.
well, sometimes.
I'm dead serious. But with the exception of a few people that work with organizations, and I know why that they have to stay committed the way that they are in the shadows because it's political. But I want to say this, bro. It's a lot of black men that are just straight cowards.
No,
Bro, stop. You want to give people grace. You do.
You have to.
No, you
give
don't.
grace.
No, you don't.
All
See?
right, so
no, you don't.
So
no,
for
you
me,
don't.
I receive a lot of grace. God gives me grace every day.
That's because you're repentant, bro.
Right.
And hold on. You're repentant and you change. See, that's a difference. That's a difference.
In order for people to understand what grace does and what grace is, you gotta give it out. You gotta make sure people understand. I give people grace, right? And not just for their actions, but because they might not know no motherfucking better. You give a child grace. God protects who?
Babies
Idiots.
and fools.
Most of these niggas is fools, and the ones that ain't fools, they babies. You feel me? So if God can protect,
so here we go.
Go ahead.
So for the men who I know that are outspoken,
Right,
that stand up,
right,
that come to meetings,
right,
that represent a presence.
right.
Okay, I have to come to Chester to get that energy. I'm gonna say that point blank. I have to come to Chester to get that energy.
Do you think that was always here?
No.
Where do you think that energy came from?
I think that energy. No,
Okay.
hold on, stop. I'm gonna stop this. Hold on, no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Chester has always had the energy of community spirit. That is the gem. That is the main gem in Chester's crown.
Where?
Community spirit.
Where did you see that?
You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. You know why?
Tell me.
Because anytime a function need to happen, from out of nowhere, come organization. I done seen y'all do it. No, I ain't talking about just home. Listen, bro.
No, not recently. After it died off for a few years,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
So recently, I want to say in the last 9 or 10 years, things have been happening to move things forward.
Yes.
Because people realize we can't do this alone. I can't do this by myself, right?
Of course.
So, yeah, but I can't sit here and say that was always the mindset of everybody in Chester, because the only time we cool is when we're not in Chester.
Right.
You feel me? Like, we was upstate. Everybody was cool. We was from different blocks. Ain't nobody had no problem. You feel me? We come home now, you got to be whole. Nigga, we was just eating Chi-Chi's together.
Right.
Like, what's your problem? Like, what's the issue? You feel me? Like, oh no. When we go to New Jersey, we go to the parks, we cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it's different. It's beefs, but we ain't got no beefs because we beef with this person. It was like that. They told me, like Lincoln back in the day. You feel me? They had something come up. Some kids from Delaware came up. Like, what happened over this past weekend? Chester kids weren't taking it, and they were from different places.
Right.
You feel me? So we have camaraderie about us when there's somebody attacking us. But when we're the only people here, we attack each other.
Now, I'm going to say this again. When Chester has to come together with purpose, it comes together with purpose.
Absolutely.
Okay? So I'm going to say this again. Bro.
That's not up in the Upper Darby? Is that because most people are from Philly, or?
No. They have killed that spirit.
Let's bring it back. You want to go up there and bring it back? I'm asking you. Because it ain't hard.
I know it ain't hard, bro.
It ain't hard.
I know it ain't hard. I listen. I know it's not hard, but can I tell you something?
Go ahead.
These politicians of Upper Darby hate so much that no matter what we do positive, they're gonna find a way to derail it. They're gonna find a way to slander it.
You don't think I deal with that all the time?
No. I'm just saying, bro. I'm gonna say this. I guarantee you. And guess what I would have to do to do it?
Right.
I would have to step out of the way. I couldn't walk beside you. You could come down as the nonprofit and ask to get the permits and everything like that. You could do that separately. But if they see that you attached to me, they ain't gonna let you have it.
Well, they can't deny me of it.
Like I said, as long as I'm not there.
Man, you gonna be right there by my side.
Watch you don't get it. Watch you don't get
You
it.
tripping.
You watch you don't get it.
I'm not from there, so I can't go through that.
Listen, watch that mayor make sure that CMP Radio, if it wants to do a basketball classic, if it wants to
And
do it,
I will get on here and roast him.
I promise
Get
you,
him.
I promise you that mayor gonna make sure
Now
that nothing.
Now I need you to come and talk to me. Now, what's the problem? Let's have a conversation.
I don't like Rich Blye.
I don't care who you don't like.
I don't like what he has to say.
I don't care.
I don't like how he talked about me. I don't like how
You're
he
a
called
Dallas
me
Cowboy
names.
fan. Deal with it.
I don't like what he said about me. Like,
What you say about him?
Huh? I call him a coward.
Why you call him a coward?
Because he is. Because you're going to sit up here and go behind somebody's back and use a white man to try to block my speech.
That's hard.
Yeah, come on now. You can't be black and going to white people trying to cut off another black man's speech.
At least come to a brother.
He could have came to me himself.
Right. I'm gonna respect you on the fact that you my brother.
I'm dead serious, yo. If he had came to me himself and said, "Look here, Rich, this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah," I actually, because what was happening when he was about to become mayor,
Right.
I was going through the death of my dad,
Right.
and this is like right before the murder of my son.
Right.
So I was in a space where I wasn't really trying to fight nobody.
Right.
Because, I had
I'm trying to get your composure.
this and the third. So when he offered his condolences, I was in a space where I thought that, okay, this ain't going to be like, the previous administration and the battle, blah, blah, blah. I even said to him, I said, listen, you got a legacy as a black man, first black mayor. I have a legacy as a black man here in Upper Darby Township with Juneteenth. Wouldn't it be kind of great if, we put our little legacies together and really, show a united front, blah, blah, blah. I even suggested that, okay?
And he said no.
Now, the very next meeting, that's when I got throttled with you ain't speaking. And when I found out that it was on emails, and when I found out that it was in text messages, that they were having these conversations with my name specifically attached to it about how to stop speech. They were having conversations about how to stop speech.
So that sometimes you got to find out who a person's campaign funders are.
Oh, I already knew that.
Right, and then you got to think about that. Right?
All right, listen, I already knew that.
You didn't have a problem with him in the
beginning. That's why I wasn't on the program with UDTJ when they was honoring the strong black men at Delco -1.
Well, who's the campaign funder? Because sometimes, listen, these campaign funders, bro, they want ultimate power. They've learned, right? They've learned like these. What are they called in Washington? Mm-hmm. What are the people called?
Lobbyists.
Lobbyists. They got all the lobbyists.
Mm-hmm.
Look, America is ran by corporations. Bigger corporations run America, bro. And
my problem with this mayor didn't stem from the fact that it's from campaign contributors and them telling them to shun me. My problem with this mayor is the fact that the mayor previously, Barbara Ann Keffer, is a mentor of his, and since I ripped her to shreds, it was revenge.
How previous is that?
He took over her. He took over from her. He actually was appointed. It's like a Kamala Harris type of thing. She was running for re-election, but she got caught with the vehicle and the DUI.
So you can't be a mayor if you got a DUI? I mean, you human, ain't you? You ain't shoot nobody, you ain't kill nobody. I get it. You're not supposed to be drunk. You shouldn't get drunk if you're a mayor.
You're a public official coming back from a Democrat event.
They shouldn't have had alcohol. They should have gave fucking purple juice, Kool-Aid,
and yeah.
Nobody knows.
How about as the mayor with the moral compass of not drinking and driving?
I've never known that. It's funny how people.
The mayor's supposed to have the moral compass.
Moral compass.
Because
the mayor should.
The mayor
should have a driver. Then
it's in the charter, bro.
What's wrong with having a driver? Are they allowed to have drivers?
As long as they pay for it.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I would
add a driver for that.
Listen, New York has a mayor's mansion. Okay, New York has a mayor's mansion. I don't know why.
What you mean? New York is a big ass city.
Yeah, whatever.
What you mean, whatever? You know how many taxpayers is in New York City?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But just about every other
to hate on the new mayor.
Just about every other mayor.
What you got to say about the mayor of New York City? The guy that's that's the governor. He's running for governor. Or
no,
mayor?
he's running for mayor.
Is he? I thought the mayor of New York City approved Cuomo. Yeah, I think that's governor.
So Cuomo used to be the governor.
He is the governor.
Okay, Huckley's the governor.
So he ain't running again?
No.
I ain't got my phone. I don't know.
Huckley's the governor.
I don't know.
Huckley is a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a woman governor.
Uh,
So he lost to her.
right.
Was mayor of the city, and I guess he was running again somehow, some way. I don't know.
He's running from. Oh man.
Listen. These retreads, y'all love them. Y'all love these retreads.
No, because they get to come in and do what they want to do.
And like I said, and a word from our sponsors, because once they get the endorsed guy and the money comes in, they pass off a little bit to the endorsed guy, and then the party keeps the rest of the cash, bro. Man, this is what I want people to understand something. While you talking about voting, they counting dollars. While you talking about, this person and this, that, they counting dollars. And they counting your dollars.
Are you telling people not to vote?
No, I'm telling them to vote.
Oh.
I'm telling them to vote wisely. I'm telling them that in the next 4 years, you should have somebody graduating as a political science major that's from this community, so you can set them up for your political action committee and run that person. I'm talking about these kids when they get finished going through any type of law enforcement training or whatever, come back here and apply to come back here in your town.
It'd be that selfishness, though.
In your town, because now when they have budgets, you can go to the mayor and say, Mayor, guess what? I was down the street past your house the other day. Bullets was whizzing, apprehended this person. I need a raise. You can't deny people who live here that you see constantly every day. That's the beauty of these towns and cities that have hires from within. You got to groom your talent. Your boys here and your little girls who want to become police officers, don't dash that dream. Don't tell them, you're going to be the ops. You're going to be the ops. You're going to be the ops. Who going to pick the bodies up?
Nobody.
Don't tell your kids, you don't want to be an EMT because they. What are you talking about? We need credible, skilled, young, black and brown and white and yellow and green and whatever kids living here in your city to take these positions over. So then that way they don't go, well, we got to give more money to people outside of Chester.
Green people?
Huh?
You know green people?
Yeah, people with money. Green people with money.
You know everybody.
People with money. Listen. I call some people green, baby. There's some people in my life that's green. Veterans and people with money.
I get that.
Veterans and people with money. But no, I'm going to end on this note. Like I said, I got 3 new books that's coming into this rap. As you all know, Defiant, the story of Robert Smalls. Robert Smalls is an American hero, an escape of Robert Smalls, the daring voyage over slavery. Halloween's coming up. Be safe out there. Make sure that you have brightly colored clothes, walk in groups, and make sure that you come to the trunk or treat party here at cmpradio.net. Make sure you come up here on the 30th.
It's happening at City Hall. Chester City Hall. Yep. We're doing it at City Hall.
Happening at City Hall from 5 to what?
5 to 8.
5 to 8. Okay. Make sure that you bring plenty of friends. Be safe. Be safe. Be safe. And as usual, I'll see you on the flip side.